basically pure protein, but delicious. Interesting because I cooked them from frozen. I ended up with 126 grams of, you guys are gonna kill me. I wanna kill myself. Well, hello everyone. Today is Tuesday and it's actually day 40 of our 150-pound weight loss journey. So, good milestone. It's a good, nice round number. You know, I like those. So, today we're gonna try a couple of foods that we haven't had before that I bought last week. And so it's a good time to try them out. So the first thing is this calamari tubes that I got. This is frozen calamari. It's basically pure protein. And they're supposed to be like, you know, good in terms of like, you know, certified sustainable, wild cut, all that. And we're gonna do some shelled edamame. All of these are frozen. And we're going to also add some couple things that I saw that I'd been craving. One is some sriracha mayo. That's always good. And a little bit of oyster sauce, which I have loved oyster sauce for as long as I can remember. But it turns out this thing is pure sugar. There's no nutritional value to it other than delicious taste. But yeah, it's basically, it's got no fat, no protein, just carbs. And it's basically sugar and cornstarch. So, all right. But you know, we get to add it, you know, a little bit, enhance the taste of what we're making. Also, today we're gonna do some of the Huel instant like ramen cup thingies. And we're doing half and half again with the spicy gochujang and the Korean barbecue. So, you know, we'll do those half and half so that it's not really as spicy and we can add a little more spice with the sriracha. So yeah, let me start putting all of this together and we'll take a look at the numbers. Okay, so we're starting with the calamari and this is how they came out of the box. So, you know, they're large chunks and we'll see. I had decided to do 220 grams, which is like 2 servings of what they say, but you know, it seems like I might just have to do this whole bag. So let's see. All right. Yikes. Okay. 254 is what that is. 254, and this really is just straight up protein, although not that many calories. 25 grams of protein and 100 calories, basically. Okay, pretty good. And then we're gonna do the edamame. We're gonna do one of their servings, which is 85 grams. So let's do that. Let me just cut something small here so that, and these are already shelled, so, and 85. It's gonna be an interesting but delicious lunch. 81, 85, perfect. All right, so we got those two guys. Now, let me get the rest of the stuff and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, and this is what I had saved from the instant ramen cups. And again, you know, these are 2 different flavors that they have, but one of them is a little spicy for my taste, so I just mixed a spicy and non-spicy, and so I saved the other half, and this is what it looks like. We're also gonna do 20 grams of butter, and this is the one that I use, Kerrygold. It's pretty good, you know, it's grass-fed cows. If you're doing something like this, make sure that you know the difference between butter and margarine. It's a common misconception or thing that people get confused, because butter is actually nutritious and good for you. It's got good fats and stuff like that, if you can tolerate dairy, as opposed to margarine is just it's oil. It's like hydrogenated oil, which not very good for you. We're going to use 20 grams of this. We're going to do that. And then we're going to get 100 grams of chicken, the MCT powder, and then we'll do a tablespoon each of these guys just to enhance flavor. All right, let me get all this ready, get cooking, and I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. We'll look at the final numbers. Okay, and it is done. Looks delicious. And we have our little calamari tubes in here. See if I can get it a little closer to you guys. Yeah, smells pretty good. So let's just take a little recap of everything that's in here. We got 254 grams of the calamari tubes. We have 85 grams of the shell edamame. We have half a serving of the 2 different instant cup meals from Huel. We got 18 grams of oyster sauce, 15 grams of the sriracha mayo, 100 grams of chicken, 23 grams of butter, and 21 grams of the MCT powder, which is the medium chain triglyceride powder, and it's basically fats from coconut. Looks pretty good, smells pretty good. The total calories for this is 1,190, and we have 70 grams of carbs, 82 grams of protein, and 65 grams of fat. So this basically gets us like 2/3 of the way for our carbs and about halfway for protein and fat. And yeah, pretty good in the calories department. And so let's see. First, let's just take a little taste. It is pretty hot. Oh, delicious. I can taste the calamari in the broth. All right, let's try one of these guys. I don't want to burn myself. Oh, that is good. Interesting because I cooked them from frozen and basically just like you saw, put everything in the pot, added water, and just but they're nice and tender, not chewy or rubbery at all. So flavorful. This is a fantastic lunch, you guys. Pardon my manners, speaking with my mouth full. Okay, I'm gonna finish my meal, get back to work, and I will see you guys for lunch. Yep. Idiot. I will see you guys for dinner. Okay. Okay, you guys. Well, welcome back for dinner. We are gonna try to do a shake because I want to just meet all my macros for today, like actually on par. And you know, with doing a shake like this, it's a lot easier to just be like mixing and matching and adding little bits here and there to make sure that I'm meeting all the carbs, protein, and fats. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're starting with 70 grams of frozen strawberries and 65 grams of dark sweet cherries. And then we're gonna start adding some of these things. Let me get this going. Just mix it up, make sure that we have a good base, and then we're gonna start adding some things. All right. The first thing we're starting with is 47 grams of the MCT powder. So I put a little bit of water in there, and I'm adding the MCT powder first because there's just a lot of it, trying to meet all the fat requirements for today. So we're going for 47. That is 20. Oh, there's a scoop in here. I'm silly. 34. And we're doing 47 grams. And the MCT is the medium chain triglyceride powder. It's basically healthy fats made from coconut. Okay. This guy is done. So let me go in, mix this, gauge how the consistency is going, because if I add too many things and not enough water, then it gets really thick and it doesn't mix well, and you know. All right, so let me go do this and I'll be right back. Okay, and now that we have a nice sort of thin consistency, we can start adding the rest of the things. First off is the gluten-free powder from Huel, and this is just like a meal replacement type thing that is nutritionally balanced and complete. We're gonna do 50 grams of this bad boy. That's 20. And this will be 45. 48. 50. Beautiful. And then after that, we're gonna add 40 grams of the complete protein, also from Huel. This is like a vegan protein shake, also made by Huel. Also has a bunch of like extra stuff, like you know, vitamins and minerals, and it says 27 vitamins and minerals. But again, it's a vegan chocolate shake, protein shake, sorry. And we're doing 40 grams of this. And this is kind of how I'm able to dial in perfectly amounts. Not that I do it that often, but a good way to get to like specific grams is by doing this and then just slowly tinkering with the amounts until you get to what we need to get to. So that's 40 of the protein shake. And then we're doing, okay, we did the strawberries, the sweet cherries. We're doing the Daily Super Blend. Another one of the products from Huel. I haven't had in a while, just because I got a little tired of doing the shakes. But again, it's like a Daily Super Blend of like a bunch of superfoods. You know, a way to dial in our macros. And we are doing Daily Super Blend 30 grams of this bad boy. It does smell delicious, and I say it every time, and I haven't tried it by itself. 30 grams. Oh man, I went a little bit over. 36. Okay. Now, we might have to adjust this baby. All right, what do we take down? All right, so now we're a little bit higher in some of the other ones, so let me adjust and I'll be right back. Okay. All right, I had to make some small adjustments, but we are right on the money. Technically, we're off by 1 gram, but I'm not gonna sweat it. Now we're adding the macadamia nut puree, and this is basically just pureed macadamias. Macadamia nut paste, 100%. Those are the ingredients. So, how do I open you? You normally have a little notch. Oh, this is stupid. This one doesn't have it. All right, let me... Okay, and we're back. We're doing the macadamia nut puree because it's delicious fats. Okay, macadamia nut puree. Smells very nutty and fatty. Okay, and then we're gonna do, lastly, what is it, 5 grams of this cocoa powder, which is the one that I had to change to make sure that we're accommodating for for the macro, so we're only doing 5 grams. That's 3, 4, 5, okay? So just 5 of those. And we are also doing 12 grams of the collagen peptides. I'm just gonna do it like this because I don't want to get a new scoop. Okay, 9, 10, oh, yeah, there we go. 12, 13. All right, let's get anal about this. 13, and we are good. All right, so the only thing is that because I couldn't do less of the macadamia nut puree, I ended up with 126 grams of fat instead of 125 for today. But, you know, we'll let that one slide. All right, let me mix this. We'll look at all the numbers, and we'll see what the final count is for today. So, all right. You guys are going to kill me. I want to kill myself. I'm laughing so I don't cry. Oh, this is sad. Let me see if I can figure out what to do. Fuck. Okay, I'm making a replacement shake and I gotta run, and this is really upsetting. All right, we'll look at the numbers in a little bit when I get back. I really have to run. All right, see you guys in a bit. Okay. Things have come down a bit, so let's talk about what happened. So, I had tickets to go to the movies. And I was a little late working, and by the time I figured out, or I realized that I only had so long before I had to leave, I thought, okay, I want to make this shake. I'm going to do it really quickly, you know, and all that jazz. And I was rushing, and sometimes when I'm rushing, I get really nervous. And as soon as I finished telling you guys about it, I went to grab it, and it sort of slipped out of my hand. And when that happens, my reaction is very like, and I basically as it was gonna fall, and my reaction was really like jerky. I basically swatted the thing, and it just went. So, I mean, that is always infuriating regardless of the situation, but I was already feeling a little hectic, and I was a little cranky because I didn't really want to eat it, or I really didn't want to have the shake. And I knew I was going to be going outside and going to the movies, and there's always, going to be all these people eating crap, and just a very chaotic moment in my head. And I had a moment where I was saying, you know what, fuck it. I tried, and I felt justified, right? I tried, but the universe is working against me. And you know what? If that's what they want, I'll give you that. I'm going to gorge myself at the movies. Of course, it was only a passing moment. And luckily, I was able to sort of bring myself back. Very quickly made another one. And that's why I showed you guys, as I was walking out, that I had made it. Because damn it, I was proud of myself in that moment, even though I was feeling very... Something interesting happened. So I was in the car and I was drinking it, and for some reason, whatever this combination is, and I don't know exactly what ingredient it is, or just a combination of all of them, is very decadent. It's a very chocolatey feeling when I'm having the shake. And it's interesting because as upset as I was, and as much as I didn't really want to have it, I could almost imagine myself having that same reaction that I might have when I was eating like a chocolate chip cookie. It has that same richness of the chocolate. And so I thought it was interesting that I was sort of able to notice that and kind of snap myself out of the moment. But that's what happened. And I'm proud of myself for actually following through and having it. Because I was always really upset thinking, oh, but it was a perfect day. Like all my macros are like spot on. And so I was just feeling annoyed. But I did it, and our macros look perfect. So I'm going to tell you guys now what we ended up doing. So this is what the macros look like. They are perfect. And that shake ended up being, okay, so let's just go over it real quick again. 50 grams of the chocolate powder from Huel, 40 grams of the complete protein, 70 grams of the whole strawberries, 65 grams of dark sweet cherries, 30 grams of the Daily Super Blend, 47 grams of the MCT powder, 1 little packet of the macadamia nut puree, 5 grams of cocoa powder, and 13 grams of collagen peptides. That whole meal gives me 47 grams of carbs, 69 grams of protein, and 60 grams of fat, and 1,014 calories. So the total calories for the day are 2,268, and our macros are basically perfect to a T. So those moments are tricky because they're infuriating enough that it could make someone snap, and certainly would have made me in the past. And again, I keep coming back to this idea that it's because I have you guys to keep me accountable that I just don't go off the deep end. And I wish I had a better, I don't want to say excuse, but I had a better motivation. And, because then it would feel more intrinsic and something that would be more under my control. But at this point, it still isn't. It really is not. It really is not the case. And so we keep working at it, but thank you guys for sticking it out with me. And I shall stick it out with you and for you, all of us together. That is it for today. I'm going to rest, and tomorrow we try it again, right? One day at a time, one meal at a time. Just keep going. All right. See you tomorrow.